Welcome to Networking Arizona with host Carol Blonder. You'll hear interviews with businesses located throughout the valley. Networking, it makes a difference.
If I traded it.
Welcome to the show, everyone, and I am so happy. It's a new year, and so many people out there, if you're like me, you have gone off the wagon already, and it's hard to do. I know we all know that's hard to do. I am really excited about bringing on my first guest, and I want to go right in with her right now because she's going to teach us all a lot about how to stay healthy and lose weight and keep that weight off, I bet. I have with me Marty Burton, and she's the owner of Personalized Nutrition Concepts. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Carol.
Now, you're welcome. So now let's talk a little bit about yourself and your background and your experience.
Okay, great. Sure. I have been a nutritionist for over 25 years. I did my undergrad work at Arizona State University. And when I was going to school there, it was really great. I started off my career educating the professors and students about nutrition at the Student Health Center.
I like that, educating the professors.
And then I went and I had to spend 4 years in clinical nutrition, where I gained a lot of experience about helping individuals with diabetes, heart disease, after post-cancer treatments, and spent 4 years through the Scottsdale healthcare system in clinical nutrition. And that really taught me that I wanted to work more on the prevention side. So I went and worked for a large weight management company here in the Valley. Great experience. However, my philosophies were starting to shift after I went through my 2-year licensing program. And so in 1999, after I had my first daughter, which, by the way, I gained 60 pounds in that pregnancy. And
don't we all?
The first 20 came off easy, had to lose 40, which I did. And in 1999, I started my own methodology and my own process and my own procedure on what I had thought was important to not only people help them reach their goals, but more importantly, maintain them, which I have found 99% of the people who embark on something in health and wellness or try to lose weight or improve a health situation have a really tough time maintaining that lifestyle. So I really feel like I've set up a process that ensures a much higher rate of success.
How long have you kept yours off? Because she's beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. She's beautiful. Not only that, but just, everything about you. It's written on you.
Thank you. Well, I've had 2 children, and I did it twice. Just during pregnancies, for some reason, I just tend to put on a lot of weight. And my youngest daughter is now 12 years old, and so it took me a little bit to get the weight off, and I've been maintaining it ever since. But the great thing about it is I actually work with clients, and they hold me so accountable. I have to be a role model for these individuals.
Right. Walk the talk.
Right. I can't go to work every day and ask them to do something if I'm not doing it myself. So I get the luxury of having that accountability, which is an important piece of any program.
Now, it's all about your methodology, and I know you want to talk about that, but I have to. I know the people want to know this because they have heard me for a long time.
Right.
So they know that I'm going to open up the lines to the audience, and they know that I'm going to offer them something because I know you have an offer.
Absolutely.
So it's a 4-week program, and I know it's individualized. And I think that's what we want to talk about, first of all, is that your programs are individual.
Very personalized to the individual. My methodology is all centered around cellular nutrition. And I know that's a term that many people may not have heard of. But what that is really finding out what the individual needs are at the cellular level for macronutrients, which are your carbohydrates, your proteins, and fats. And everybody is different, completely different. And when I design that program, I'm able to achieve 4 major things. An increased metabolism. I can stabilize an individual's blood sugar levels so they don't have any more sugar cravings. I've seen people with severe sugar addictions for years. And
aren't us women all?
Yes. It's a problem for so many people. And when I'm able to stabilize their blood sugar levels by designing the right nutrition program, their sugar cravings can go away in approximately 1 week. It's amazing. They can't believe it. After something they've struggled with for 10 years or plus. Help them lose body fat, but more importantly, not only lose body fat, but keep that muscle tissue at the same time, because that's our metabolic tissue, and that's where our metabolism takes place. So we don't want to lose weight and compromise our muscle tissue.
Okay.
And so often we do that.
So I'm going to ask you what everybody's going to think, because that's who I am, right? I'm everybody out there. Sure. And so what's it include in terms of how much exercise, how much exercise is involved? And I'm sure it has to have a little bit, probably.
Right.
And of course, we're talking about also what we put in our mouths, too.
Right.
That's the most part of it.
Right.
But how much is what?
You know, I used to be a personal trainer, so I'm an advocate of exercise. And nutrition is about 90% of weight loss. So if someone has physical limitations, it doesn't mean you can't still lose weight. It's about the fuel you're putting in your body. And what's so great about my program and why it's so easy to stick to is when you're fed properly, you're not deprived, you're not hungry. People say that they've never eaten so much food in their entire life. So that's something that's sustainable for a long period of time because they don't feel deprived. They don't feel hungry all the time. They don't feel like they're starving themselves. They feel very well fed.
Doesn't everybody going, God, it sounds great?
Yes, and it's true. And so many people say when they first see their program that I've written for them, they say to me, are you kidding me? Okay, I'm going to trust you just because I was referred by a friend, and most of my business is a referral-based business. But they do look at it and think I'm crazy. I'll be honest with you.
Because you're saying that there's so many things that they can eat on there that
Right.
they don't realize they could.
Exactly, because I think we've been so entrenched with information on what we can't do and what we can't have and sacrifice this, sacrifice that, but it's really not about that. Your brain doesn't see the different foods. It sees macronutrients.
Now, I know that you have different programs. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter. And today's that you're going to offer to the audience, everyone's going to get entered into win. It's an individualized nutrition program. That's a 4-week program. And we're going to enter everybody to win that. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to open up the lines to the audience for people to call in and get entered into win. This is something, if you're listening, if you don't think it's for you, and believe me, I know it's for everyone out there. We all eat terribly. So I know that. So I'm going to open it up just so that you can call in. You can get entered in for yourself, or you can also get yourself, maybe it's someone else you know that could use something like this, a partner of yours or whatever, your significant other. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm losing my voice here. Okay, so let's talk about your program because it's very in-depth.
It is. I've spent many years researching, working with clients, educating myself to come up with this process. And the first step is really a comprehensive nutrition assessment. And that is really me asking the client a lot of questions. It's very detailed. It takes me about an hour. I cover a lot of areas like brain chemistry because people do fall prey to stress eating, emotional eating, sugar addictions. And sometimes people don't realize that's related to a depletion in a neurotransmitter called serotonin or dopamine. And they don't realize that's what they're trying to restore. So I also look at hormones, adrenal function, any current blood work, obviously body fat, inches, weight, current medications. So it's, current activity level, age, height, weight. So the assessment starts there. And that's the foundation of where I'm able to build a program for an individual.
Okay, and then from there, we have a couple of minutes before we're going to go to a break, because when we come back, I want to talk further about it's very in-depth. Mm-hmm. Do they call you on the phone and work with you or in person, or how does that work?
I work with people all over the country via Skype, phone, and then, of course, here in Arizona in office. But I do have people that fly in from all over the country, or I do phone consultations or Skype consultations.
Her phone number, it is 602-980-5958. Her website it's PNC for Personalized Nutrition Concepts, PNCAZ.com. She is in the West Valley and East Valley, but you can work with her from anywhere. Also, you can call in here. We're going to have our lines open here, too. You can call in at 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We're going to go to a break. I also want to tell them, too, that they can go on Yelp. You've got tons of reviews there. And also to like you on your Facebook page. That's also something that everybody likes to do now. So that is Personalized Nutrition Concepts with an S. And you can also call in here, get yourself entered in to win one of these 4-week programs. It's an individualized nutrition program. We're going to go into it further when we come back. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check her out on her website. It's PNCAZ.com, or call her at 602-980-5958.
if I traded it all, if I gave it all away.
Welcome back. We are talking with Marty Burton. She's the owner of Personalized Nutrition Concepts. And before we left to go on the air, off the air, we were talking a little bit about your program and your assessments. And there's so much more that goes in with these programs. Let's talk a little bit further about them. Go ahead.
What's included in the program?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first thing I do, like I said before, was I start off with my nutrition assessment so I can really get to understand the individual needs of the person that I'm dealing with. And that's a total information gathering appointment for me so that I can work in the individual's best interest. And then from there, once I gather all that information, they decide to move forward. And I write their program. I write exactly what their fuel needs are to achieve the goals that they're looking to achieve. And then once I write, and it's regular food. So it's fueling their body with regular, clean food. And
That's the new thing, eating clean.
yes, eating very clean. And that's important. It's not, there aren't any pills or...
Is it organic food or just regular market food?
You know, it really depends on the budget of the individual. Everybody has a different budget and what they can afford to spend on food. Ideally, organic is always best, and doing wild-caught fish and keeping things as clean as possible. But there's certain washes that you can purchase out there that can take herbicides and pesticides off fruits and vegetables. So there's ways around that a person can be educated on. Once they get their program, they have a food list with a lot of different foods, normal foods, everyday foods that you would see in the grocery store that you can go out and dine out, eat out on a food list. And they don't have to count their grams. They don't have to count points. They don't have to count calories. They don't have to do anything. I do all of that for them.
Just eat what's on the list
They pick
and
the
you're
food
got
and
it
stick
made.
to the amount. And then they also, on my Facebook page, I have recipes that they can choose from, clean eating recipes that I'm always posting. So you have a large food list with great recipes if you like to cook. If you don't like to cook, I can also teach you how to pick foods. I'm a grab-and-go kind of gal. I'm 2 kids. I run a practice. Busy mom, they have activities. I grab and go. Okay. And you can have great nutrition by grabbing. You don't have to be a 5-star chef or spend hours in the kitchen to be able to fuel your body correctly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So once they get the program and I teach them how to do it, then they meet with me weekly. In those sessions, I'm going to monitor their progress. I'm going to monitor their body fat, their inches, their weight, because you want more data points of success than just what that scale reads. So many people are scale focused, and that can be discouraging if they don't see that number that they want to see. But we've got to keep in mind, our body is 80% water, and we can have fluctuations from 5 to 10 pounds on a daily basis. So if you're solely going on that scale...
I have more than that. Go ahead.
If you're solely going on that scale as an indicator of your progress and your success, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. And I've seen so many people mentally spiral just because the number isn't what they think it is. But once they see their body fat and their inches, and they see about 13 different data points, they go, oh, okay, I am doing well. This is just a water swing. And so I monitor that very closely. And then also in the sessions, I make menu changes, because as you change, as your body fat comes down and your lean mass stays, your nutritional requirements will change. If you don't make this change, that's when you go on a plateau. Everybody knows what a plateau is.
Oh, God. Yes, we do.
We get to, and it's different for everybody when we hit that.
And so frustrating.
And so what does everybody tell us? Exercise more and eat less. It couldn't be further from the truth. That's exactly, we should be doing exactly the opposite. So what happens is I make the appropriate menu change, get you off the plateau, because they do happen, because your body composition is different. Now your nutritional needs are different. So we have to monitor you and make those menu changes to keep you moving towards your goal. So I do that in the session. I also give you that support. I'm also a certified coach through the Life Coach Institute, so I've been coaching and counseling people in this area for the last 25 years. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of problem solving, finding solutions to your individual obstacles, helping you come up with ideas, tips, strategies, techniques. I have plenty of them after 25 years.
I bet. Now, let me get about your information. You can check her out on her website. It is PNC for Personalized Nutrition Concepts, AZ.com. You can call her direct. Her number is 602-980-5958. Our lines are open here, and everyone who's calling in is getting entered in to win her 4-week program. This is one that she has that she wants to offer the audience. It's a personalized nutrition program just for you or someone you know. Also children?
Yes, I do work with children.
Okay,
I
just
work-
wanted to get that out. I kind of figured that you do men, women, and children.
Yes, anywhere. I've worked with people as young as 5 years old and as old as 95.
So the number to call here to get entered in to win is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to let everyone call in and get entered in to win. And I'm going to let you keep on calling throughout the rest of the show for this, too, because I know some of you are driving. So it's 602-277-5369. Also, go and check her out on Yelp. All of the reviews, Yelp is great for that. And also Facebook her. You can like her and see all her recipes there that she posts. And that is Personalized Nutrition Concepts, and that's with an S. Okay, so what else? That sounds very extensive. What else do you do?
So also in the weekly sessions, this is the best part of my program because there are so many misconceptions out there about nutrition, and we're always getting bombarded with bits and pieces of information. And so most people come into my office completely confused. They're like, I don't know what to do. Am I gluten intolerant?
None of us do. That's why
Right.
we're all heavy. Go ahead.
So they say, am I gluten intolerant? Do I need to leave out carbs? Am I eating too much fat? I don't know what to do anymore because there's so much information. So the best part of this program is I take individuals through a nutrition class. So each week they get a podcast on a nutrition topic, and every week I'm teaching them something about nutrition. So it comes around full circle. So it dispels all the myths, all the things that they've learned in the past. Now they can put it all together on what to do, how to do it, and why they're doing it for now and the rest of their lifetime.
Wow, that's awesome. Because I do think that you're right. I think what happens is we all know that we shouldn't be eating sugars. It's probably one of the hardest things for most of us, especially women, to do. We're carbaholics, right? And also for when you are cutting your carbs and you're cutting them out,
Too much.
which happens too, you can do too much too. And also you can, when you get to the point where it's like, I don't know what to do anymore. I don't want to eat that same thing every day. I remember a long time ago, I had worked out with somebody a long time ago. And they said, well, eat the same thing every day. Well, oh my God, after a while, you start feeling good, but then after a while, it's boring. Right?
Right.
So that's where you come in.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So I have a lot of, when it gets boring, good nutrition, when you have a lot of food choices and recipes, when you learn how to manipulate food, and I do teach you how to do that, you can manipulate anything, whether you're eating out or eating at home. It doesn't matter. So also within the program, in the weekly, so I talked about menu changes, but most people can do anything for about 2 weeks on their own. And then after that, what do? They end up going back to old behaviors.
That's why you came on now, because it's 2 weeks that we've all been doing it, but then we're all going back to the same old behaviors. Go ahead.
Right. So that support and that accountability. Remember how I told you that I'm able to maintain my weight, and I'm at my high school weight in my late 40s. So it's wonderful, but I'm able to do that because I have the accountability of showing up and presenting for my clients. They hold me accountable.
Right. You'd said that.
So
That's awesome.
having that support, accountability, and education is so important. And then once an individual gets to their goal, so we've done an initial menu. We've made menu changes throughout based on body composition at the time to prevent plateaus. And then they have to work into a maintenance phase. This is different than the body fat reduction phase. This is a lot more food, but this is a menu that says this is what I need to eat to maintain where I'm at right now for the rest of my life.
And what happens down the rest of their lives if they start feeling either they need to have a change or tweak or what have you? Do you work with them on an ongoing basis?
I do. I have a maintenance insurance program because people do work hard at getting to their goal, and I have an incredibly high success rate. But I offer them maintenance insurance. So that gives them the ability to purchase sessions at a very discounted price to use anytime they feel they need a tune-up.
Do you do consultations with people that just want to call in, just want to talk to you, get more information from you, and just talk to you first to find out whether they want to jump into the program?
Yes, that would be the assessment.
Okay, so Oh, go ahead.
I'm getting information about them, but I'm also telling them what my process would be, and they have the option to ask me more questions at that time and get advice and tips.
Now, you can call her. Her phone number is 602-980-5958. Her website is pncaz.com. She works in the West Valley and the East Valley, but can work with anyone anywhere, because today with Skype, you can do anything. It's wonderful. You can also check her out on Yelp. All the reviews, great reviews there. Facebook her at Personalized Nutrition Concepts with an S.com. I'm sorry, with an S, and Facebook her there. You can also see the, you said the recipes and all of that there. And you can also call throughout the rest of the show to get entered in to win, whether it's you or someone you know. We all know that you went off the wagon. It's the 2-week period, so we all know. So you can keep on calling here throughout the rest of the show. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And get yourself entered in to win a personalized program just for you.